All right, so I've had a question about how do I set up mods when I'm going to, create, like put items in lists and have my own category and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I was gonna talk about how to set all this up. Um, so I guess first what you want to do is a little organization. Like think about like what categories you're gonna need. Um, so like maybe if I was doing a furniture mod, um, then I might start with, um, let's see, seating. This is kind of what I usually do. Seating, storage, and um, let's see, displays. Okay, and I would probably have more than that, but I figured this is just for learning, this is a good place to start. So if I know that I'm going to have a lot of items, um, then I might want to have my own category, right? So what you have to do first is um, input a keyword that you're going to add that's going to be like your recipe category, okay? So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save my plugin. I'm just going to call this categories test. Uh, Test. Okay. And then I'm going to hit save. All right. And then I'm going to open up, I'm going to do Starfield. And this is already my active file, so hit OK. And it shouldn't take very long because there's nothing in it yet. Okay. All right, so here we go. So we're going to start with making our keyword. So we're going to go into our object window. I like to have a few object windows, um, and I like to have layers, and I like to have show hide. I like to have all these things available to me. Um, and then I like to have a nice big cell because I do like to work in the test cells. I just like to see what things are going to look like with other references around them, so I can tell size and what the color is really going to look like, things like that. So that's my preference. A lot of people don't like to do that. They just want to, you know, work in that little window itself. And I don't think there's a wrong answer for that, if that's what your preference is. Um, okay, so I'm going to go down to, um, let's see, keywords are under miscellaneous. So I'm going to find miscellaneous and look at keywords. Okay, click on that. Make sure there's nothing in here. And then right click in here and hit new. And I usually start everything for my mods with SPP, and then I will do a shortened version of the name of this. So it's going to be categories test, right? So I'm just going to go to CT. Um, and, and it's going to be display name. Okay. And then do um, furniture mod. Come up with a better name than that, but I'm going to talk a little bit about names. When you're thinking about naming your mods, don't use words that are don't use more than two words. It makes it difficult because sometimes if your stuff is not literally on the banner, sometimes it's hard to find. And if you have like this word name, it's gonna be impossible for people to search for it in the store. And I mean, I literally think it could hurt you. If there's someone that has a similar mod that's only two names, they're gonna probably end up getting theirs. you know. So think about that when you're when you're naming your mods. Um, anyway, that's a little thing I've kind of discovered because I was literally looking up a friend's mod and could not find it, and I was like, what in the world, you know? Okay, all right, so um, hit new ID and name of the mod. Oh, actually, I'm just gonna do this. Hold on. All right, so we're gonna say that's the name, okay? Um, let's see. All right, recipe type is a filter. I think I can just start writing filter. Oh, I think it's let's see, recipe. So I think it's recipe filter. Yeah, there it is. Recipe filter. Okay. And then this is what it's going to look like. So don't make it like a big huge long name, and don't use your little things. This is what it's actually going to be like. So all right. And I might just do sweet peas furniture. Okay. Okay, I think that's all you have to do. All right, we'll see. And you can find it easy by just putting your little thing in. So there we go. Okay, so there it is. So now I have a little keyword, all right? What's funny is I started actually turning some of these red so I could find them easier. That's just so good. Oop, form list, okay. Okay, new. Okay, so this is where we're gonna stick this in here. Um, so it's gonna be SPP, um, furniture, we'll say gory test, um, keyword inject. Mm, okay, keyword. Okay. All right. Add to list. So we're gonna move this little keyword. Oh, mhm. Let me take this out. I probably should have just kept with the name. So that's probably a smart idea. Okay. So we're gonna stick this here. And then we're gonna add to list. Ooh, outpost. Um, recipe categories. Hmm, Here we go. Okay, and then you hit save. Okay, so now you have your your little list. Okay, so now this is the important part. So now you're going to make your form list that actually have the oh, my kitty cat's talking. Um, that actually have your like furniture names. Okay, so you're going to do this. You're going to hit new. Um, and I'll do SPP underscore category test, and then I'll do seating. Okay, and I'll just put seating here. Okay, and then I'm gonna save it. All right, so here, now we got that. All right, so how does all this work? So the next step is we're gonna actually, make a constructible object. So here's like a super simple thing to do. Um, I'm gonna go in here. Like I said, I like to look at things in the good lighting, and this is my favorite place to make things. You can hit D so you don't keep that on there if you want to. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm going to look at another window, and I'm going to do a chair. Chair is easy. All right, so constructable items, chairs. This one's my favorite. So let's see, AK chair. Okay, so we'll just cancel that. All right, so we're gonna do all the items and do AK chair. Okay, let's see, we can look at one. All right, so we'll just do this. I like the bar thing that gives you lots of choices, so we'll use this one. All right, you don't have to get up to talk, which I think is nice. Okay, you can do one where you're eating stuff, and that's assuming you're at the bar. This one is a little bit more, choices. Okay. All right, so what am I, you can turn off the little markers by doing this. Just hit M. Okay, so that's a nice thing. Okay. What's funny is I've been wanting to do this. So first I'm gonna see if there's some things already built in here. So I'm gonna look and see. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm holding Alt and Shift. Okay, so this will tell me if I can change the colors, and I can't. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is right click on it, and I'm gonna edit material swaps. And I kind of been wanting to do a black chair like this, so I'm gonna do black. Okay, and I'm gonna pull this out so I can see. All right, and my favorite black is from NASA. The plastic phones is a really nice black. It's in mission control. Here it is. So I'm just gonna put it here. And I'm gonna put it on both. And then I'm just gonna hit apply. Please save swaps. Oh, right. I know. I can't talk and chew gum. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm gonna hit apply, And for this particular thing, it only does it for one thing, okay? So you don't have to worry. You're not changing all of the like wooden things to black, okay? It only does it to that one. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I want to see how this looks. So I'm gonna hit D, and it looks really slick. That's kind of what I was hoping. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna actually edit the item. And when I do that, I do want to rename it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name it, let's see, SPP CT for category test, and then bar stool, and then black. Okay, because maybe I want to do a darker wood one too in the same thing, right? Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the model, and I'm going to hit. You have to have this checked, okay? I'm gonna hit edit swaps, and I have saved that. And so you can even, like, if there's a whole lot of them here, and for some items there's a ton of these, okay? You can even you can do this black, and you can even do, like, if it's still a lot, I'm just gonna show you these tricks I do. You can do desk, and put the little thing, and then hit black. Okay, well it doesn't work. All right, so you can do desk, something more, because a lot of things might be black. So try to be real specific. And you can hit control and just do both of these at one time, and then just put them over here and hit OK. That's what it's going to look like. Hit OK. Hit OK. and it's going to say you want a new form, say yes. Okay, and then say yes again. Okay, I'm going to go have my transform. I'm going to make a new one. I have the name of this right here. I like to, when I'm doing mine, I always put it first, and then do SPP, CT, bar stool. Oh, make sure you spell it right. Black. Okay. All right. So I got the name. It's gonna be super easy because there's only one thing. Oh, SOO. That's funny. SPP. All right. There. Uh, and then I can do the preview. I'm gonna do the workshop. And I don't want it to be facing away like that, so I always have things facing towards me. Okay, so there we go. So I did 180. I'm going to export the icon while I'm at it and hit OK. Okay, so now when I have this item, I'm going to go back to all again. I can go back here in the inspector and put my custom transform, and it'll be super easy to find, because all you have to do is go down the bottom where it says transform, and it's yours is the only item. Boom. Make sure you have the workshop one. So that's what's good. You need to have both. Okay, so there you go. You got that. Okay, so now we're going to do our constructible object. And the constructible object is what needs to go in the form list, and that's why I'm doing all these steps. Okay, so we're going to do a new. And I always do the first part SPP, and then I do CO, so that tells you what it is, and then CT, and then bar stool, and then black. Okay, all right. Now, if I'm doing like a, I'm going to do this item, but then I also have to make a constructible object for my list, okay? And then this will be on the list. So that's kind of the whole trick here. So I'm gonna do the normal stuff here and say what it is. So it's outpost category furniture. Pick your sound. This is, if you guys look, UI underscore outpost. You basically have to put this in once, and then you don't ever have to put it again. But the first time you might need to put that there. Okay. This is like a medium item up, medium item down. Hit. Oh wait, I didn't have to do that. Hold on. Wait, just put none. All right, so medium item up, hit that, and then this one, medium item down. Okay. All right, so make sure you put a number. Sometimes if your object doesn't show up, it could be because you didn't put this in here. Pick a priority number. If you're doing your own category, it really doesn't matter what the priority number is. You're not going to go over someone else's stuff because you're in your own category. So this isn't as important. So you can make it, something like 50 or 500, and then do 500 to 600, and that's fine. When you're in a list with other people's stuff, um, you might want to do like a high number. Like the last one I did, I just started at 1,000, um, just so you don't go over other people's stuff. And I've never, people tell me that is an issue, but I've never experienced that. So um, I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay. I might have to go back and make another thing for this, but we'll see. All right, so all I have to do is hit SPP and do bar stool and hit OK. All right, so then what am I going to do? Am I going to require them to like make stuff? Okay, now if this is the actual furniture item, you don't put anything here, okay? The recipe filter. If you are doing the list, you do, and we'll get to that in a second. All right, so I'm just to make things easier, I'm just going to say you need credits. There's definitely different things you can do. You can do resource, REC, and then organic. And oh, I'm sorry, I can't spell. Organic. All right, so these are all the things. Like maybe if it's a chair, you want to make it with structural, maybe 5 structural. Or you can just click in their credits and then just say how many credits you want. I'm going to do structural and just say, okay, you need 4 pieces of wood to make this. All right, so that's it. If you wanted to be really tough, you can, make it have sealant or make it have adhesive or make it have iron for the nails or, it's up to you. Um, all right, so down here, you can make them have to open up like skills and stuff. Like you have to have the outpost skill or whatever. I tend not to do that, mostly because I want to be able to make furniture right away. It's fun to me, and so I don't make them have that. Um, Now, for things like, let's say you made storage, you want to say something in here like, this is storage, it holds 50 items, or whatever it is, to tell the people about it. Um, okay, so we did all the stuff, we got our priority number, we did all this. Hit OK. Okay, so now we got 1 constructible object, but we're going to have at least 2 because we want to have that thing on our list. Okay. Um, let's see. So now we're going to make another constructible object, new, and this is going to be SPP CT, and then we're going to make this the seating list. Put the word list in there. That's going to help you later. Okay. And you know what? You can even do this. You can, if you want to have all your lists together so they're easy to find, you can say list and then seating. And then all the lists that you have your categories will be right next to each other. So that's kind of a good thing. Be careful about what categories you pick. If you do something like power, then people can't make it in a player home. So if you're doing lights, please don't put it in power. Please put it in decoration. That's that's from someone who likes to decorate. I spent money on a housing mod and all these beautiful lights I couldn't use in my player home. Or my ship, and that's literally why I bought it. So don't do that. Put them in decoration. Okay, so let's see. Furniture, we're gonna put that there because a chair is furniture. We're gonna say I just like to do medium, and I don't even think you really have to do this, but it doesn't hurt anything to do it. So I'm just gonna do it. Okay. And I'm gonna do 1. And then, all right, so now you're gonna select your form. All right, so I'm gonna do SPP, and everything that's SPP is gonna come up. All right, so I'm gonna do the, oh, did I not make my form list for that? Okay. Category test seating. Okay, so I did. So I'm gonna choose the seating. This is the little form list. Okay, you can tell what it is because of this too, which is nice. So hit OK. All right. So you can do this. All right. So I'm gonna do resources, organic. I don't even think you have to do this, but okay. And now this is where you're gonna add your recipe filter. Okay, so it's kind of like you're doing this for all of the items on the list. All right, so you can do this. You're going to do SPP, and then it's going to, oh, wait, cancel. Yeah, I must have hit add by accident. SPP, and then it'll pop up. There you go. Okay, so there you go. And you can just say, you know, you can say something here or not. I don't usually really put anything in there. Okay, so hit OK. Now open it back up. All right, and hit list contains variants. All right, so this is how you have that one item on the list and it has a bunch of things in it. That's how you do this. Okay. All right, so hit OK. All right. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is add our new constructible object to our seeding list. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get this little constructible. We're going to hit save. Okay. We're going to save our plugin, convert it to a full master. I leave it a full master until I'm done with it. I check it and exit it, and then I make it small if I can. Make it as small as I can. Okay. So the next thing we're going to have to do is open up Starfield. Okay. You're going to have to go in the creation store and go ahead and enable this plugin that you just made. You have to wait a second for it to load. Okay. Go down to the bottom, make sure it's going to be enabled. Okay. So categories test. All right, so it's enabled, so we're good. Go back. I didn't have to, if you if you had to enable it, go ahead and quit all the way out and then go in. But since it was already enabled, I'm just going to hit continue. Okay, and we'll see if our category is here. So there we go, Sweet Pea Furniture and our chair. And it's facing towards me because I got that little custom, you know, thing. So there we go. All right, I hope that was helpful. And I want everyone to have a good time modding.